stories grow. This is the third book of such stories I have collected. So some stories in this book have been told only in recent times, but others have been part of our folklore for as long as we know. I thought at first that one of the stories I found was a modern story. It is the one I call The Bus Stop. I then discovered that a similar story had been told 2,000 years earlier in ancient Rome. But the young woman involved was named Philinina, not Joanna, as she is in our story. Are the stories in this book true? The one I call The Trouble is true. I can't be sure about the others. Most may have at least a little truth, but for strange things sometimes happen, and people love to tell about them and turn them even into better stories. So there you go, The Boo Men. I love that. I love it. I think it's great. Don't work too hard there, right? Yeah, The Boo Men. So those were some scary stories from Scary Stories 3, More Tales That Chill Your Bones. And these were collected from folklore and retold. So there you go. Like I said, I don't believe... I was hoping you would be. I love urban legends. Like I said, I think we need to investigate some more into some of them. And I think, like I said, I'll take each of the states where you guys live, Colorado, Virginia, right, Chris? Just Virginia. Michigan, where Lori lives. Lisa lives in New Mexico, right? I'll collect some urban legends from around those areas. I think it'll be really cool to see what goes on. It'd be really cool to investigate, to see how embellished or how true these are. But again, I think most of them are based on some kind of true fact. So, I will send you those names of the books. And, like I said, any questions you have, or if there's a urban legend, folklore you want me to look into, let me know. I'll be glad to. So, Chris, you think of anything down there by you, let me know. It'd be great to see what goes on. I know there's quite a few in a lot of states. So, I think that's going to be cool to do that. I think I'll read one more and then switch to some music, give you a rundown of the shows, and then we'll finish up for the night. I hope you enjoyed tonight's podcast. This one is called, let me get it. That was same pad. Maybe you will remember. Okay. Mrs. Gibbs and her 16-year-old daughter, Rosemary, arrived in Paris on a hot morning in July. They had been on vacation and now were returning home, but Mrs. Gibbs did not feel well, so they decided to rest in Paris for a few days before going on. The city was overcrowded with tourists, but still they found a place to stay at a good hotel. They had a lovely room overlooking a park, yellow walls, blue carpet, and white furniture. As soon as they unpacked, Mrs. Gibbs went to bed. She looked so pale that Rosemary asked to have the hotel's doctor examine her. Rosemary did not speak French, but fortunately the doctor spoke English. He took one look at Mrs. Gibbs and said, "Your mother is too sick to travel. Tomorrow I will move her to a hospital, but she needs a certain medicine. If you go to my home for it, it will save time." The doctor said he did not have a telephone right now. Instead, he would give Rosemary a note for his wife. The hotel manager put Rosemary in a taxi and in French told the driver how to find the doctor's house. "It will take only a little while," he told her, "and the taxi will bring you back." But as the driver slowly drove up one street and down another, it seemed to take forever. At one point, Rosemary was sure they had gone down the same street twice. It took almost as long for the doctor's wife to answer the door, then get the medicine ready. As Rosemary sat on a bench in the empty waiting room, she kept thinking, "Why can't you hurry? Please hurry." Then she heard a telephone ring somewhere in the house. But the doctor had told her he didn't have a telephone right now. What was going on? They drove back as slowly as they had come, crawling up one street and down another. Rosemary sat in the back seat filled with dread, her mother's medicine clutched in her hand. Why was everything taking so long? She was sure the taxi driver was going in the wrong direction. "Are you going to the right hotel?" she asked. He didn't answer. She asked again, but still he didn't reply. When he stopped for a traffic light, she threw open the door and ran from the cab. She stopped a woman on the street, but the woman did not speak English, but she knew someone who did. Rosemary was right. They had been driving in the wrong direction. When she finally got back to the hotel, it was early evening. She went up to the desk clerk who had given them their room. "I'm Rosemary Gibbs," she said. "My mother and I are in room 505. May I please have the key?" The clerk looked at her closely. "You must be mistaken. There is another guest in that room. Are you sure you are in the right hotel?" He turned to help someone else. She waited until he was finished. "You gave us that room yourself when we arrived this morning. How could you forget?" He stared at her as if she had lost her mind. "You must be mistaken. I have never seen you before. Are you sure you're in the right hotel?" She asked to see the registration card they filled out when they arrived. "It's June and Rosemary Gibbs," she said. The clerk looked in the file. "We have no card for you. You must be in the wrong hotel." "The hotel doctor will know me," Rosemary replied. "He examined my mother earlier when we arrived. He sent me for medicine she needs. I need to see him." The doctor came downstairs. "Here is the medicine for my mother," Rosemary said. "Your wife gave it to me. I have never seen you before. You have to be in the wrong hotel." She asked for the hotel manager who had put her in the taxi. Surely he would remember her. "You must be in the wrong hotel," he said. "Let me give you a room where you can rest. Then maybe you remember where you and your mother are staying." "I want to see our room," Rosemary said, raising her voice. "It's room 505. But it was nothing like the room she remembered. It had a double bed, not twin beds. The furniture was black, not white. The carpet was green, not blue. There was someone else's clothing in the closet. The room she knew had vanished, and so had her mother. "This is not the room. Where is my mother? What have you done with her?" "You're in the wrong hotel," the manager said politely, as if he were speaking to a young child. Rosemary asked to see the police. "My mother, our things, the room, they have all disappeared." "Are you sure you are in the right hotel?" they asked. She went to her embassy for help. "Are you sure it is the right hotel?" Rosemary thought she was losing her mind. "Why don't you rest here a while? Then maybe you'll remember." But Rosemary's problem was not her memory, it was what she did not know. And that was they have some other things in the back about that, but that was another short story from there. So very cool. I'm going to play some more music, then wrap it up for you. Kind of give you a rundown. Don't forget Lori tomorrow morning at 9. Rocking with Lori. What is tomorrow? Thursday. So I will take a look at that and give you a rundown of the shows for the next week, and we'll be back.
train.